just because it's the right thing to do. Not the thing I want to do. I'm putting this off all day. Don't even, that's the thing. When you just want to be authentic, you don't even have a plan. When you fucking go live, you just do it. I mean, not that I don't have ideas or I don't write shit down once in a while, but for the most part. Do you guys know what it's like to be awake in a world that's not? It's like that TV show you guys like. What is that zombie show everybody likes? Somebody mentioned Carl. Has anybody ever see that? I can't even remember what the statement is, but it's like being in that movie. But there's different variants of zombies, you know what I mean? It's like you got the zombies who just like stop, comply, you know what I mean? You just kind of push those ones away. And then you got the other zombies who, well, they're not aware that they're zombies and they're telling you to actually stop trying to help them realize that maybe there's potentially a problem with their children and maybe we should stop it. And those ones, they sit there and they growl at you and they hiss at you and they make lies up about you and all you're trying to do is help them realize that they're zombies, but there's a chance for them to get their brains back, you know what I mean? See, it's hard knowing that I've used people. But I did warn everybody. I did say, hey, I'm one of God's soldiers. Watch what you do because you're going to present it to the world one of these days. The world. Johnny Dagburn is going to be world famous. World famous. Just like he wanted. Just like he planned. I just don't think he goes the way he planned. I think the universe is about to give him what he asked for, and I don't think he's quite ready for it. The whole world will get to decide for itself whether Johnny Dagburn is a jackass. Now, when the world does get the message about the jackass Johnny Dagburn, it'll be up to Johnny Dagburn whether or not he wants to be a jackass, but don't go after him for no reason. Let him know where he's a jackass, you know what I mean? Like, tell him you want to see him get help, because that's really what he needs. He'll tell you all he's looking for is love. That's all he wants. But Johnny needs to spend a little alone time with himself and learn to love himself. Because outside love is not possible until you actually love yourself and you know who you are. And wow, I feel sorry for anybody who continues to stand by Johnny and not actually take a look and see that, you know, just because people do bad things to Johnny doesn't resolve him of his issues. And in fact, when you're the start of it, you know what I mean? None of these people would even know who he was if he didn't start his bullshit. Bye. What else is going on in the world today? Guys want to see a little something that's going on in Canada? No. I want you to pay attention.
Ash, Tommy, I see you're back playing against females. Why are you doing this?
So it might take one of the players seriously getting injured or killed.
Exactly. And that's what's going to happen. If you talk to anybody here, make comments, rude comments, you will be charged as well.
Make rude comments. Is that a law, sir?
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
Those are
We
cowardly
agree that he
police.
should be here. What
Cowards.
do you feel about a
Cowards.
biological male competing with biological females?
You're under arrest for trespassing. You're in the... Here's my $100.
Hey Ash, how do you feel about taking
Check
a
this guy
spot
out.
away from a biological female?
Coaches have told players that if you express your discontent for the matter with the news agencies or just in general, you will be ousted from the league and off the team.
Oh, wow, that's
David
threatening.
Menzies, Rebel News here in Fergus, Ontario, and it's the home opener of the Fergus Highlanders women's team. Well, kind of a women's team. There is a dude, perhaps the most infamous rugby player on the planet. That would be Tommy Ash Davis. We got here extra early.
I'm waiting
Game
so
time
you
is
guys
about an
can
hour
get a
away,
full
folks.
picture of
And
Ash.
do you know who else came here early? Two OPP cruisers. Oh, one just left. I guess they don't think the situation is as dire as they thought it might be. And of course, I'm standing right next to, well, I think it's my favorite female elite athlete on.
There. Oh, here.
Men's women volleyball players on Seneca and Centennial. He's not even trying to look female, but I guess that's besides the point.
Look at him. Look at the legs on that guy. Or that girl. Well, she isn't even trying to look pretty. She's not even trying to look like a girl. This is the world you guys want me to think is okay to live in. This is a full-grown dude. Now, they're not swimming against each other. They're not. This is all sorts. This is physical. Physical. In the society that I live in, the police would arrest the person who's asking the questions. Why is this going on? This isn't in the rules, is it? That guy gets arrested, and the guy on the field who says that he's a girl and doesn't even try and make himself look pretty and looks like a pretty solid dude, but just out there with girls. This ain't a dainty dude thinking he's a girl. This is a buff dude. And girls are getting hurt and no one cares. No one cares. Look at this. This is society today. Look at this. Oh, this dude.
OPP that are here to remove you because you are behind where you should be. So that line is where you need to be right
So
now.
those are the rules then.
What is wrong with that man to think that is okay and that...
It's the boundary.
You know, the rules according to World Rugby is you're not allowed to have a man play with a female team.
The rules of the flag right now is you need to be behind that boundary over there. So
I don't understand. Why aren't you following the World Rugby rules?
well, what I don't understand is why you're not following the rules of this right here.
See, that's called classic deflection. Doesn't want to answer the question. Doesn't want to give his opinion. Won't say whether it's right or wrong. He just, whatever, you know what I mean? Look at this. This is good. This is what I want you guys to see. Because this is most people right now. Now, as much as this guy's more honest than everybody else, he's still a coward.
With the female. So please,
Ash Davis, he's right there.
can you please go behind the ropes?
Are you denying that he is a...
Following Rugby Canada, Rugby Ontario rules. So please vacate and go behind the ropes.
But the international governing body is World Rugby.
International Rugby is. We're following our governing body. So please return behind there.
Ontario Rugby, Rugby Canada, that trumps the world.
Why would a man think that this is acceptable? This is a man sticking up for this sort of thing. It's all for the game. When does common sense not come in? I don't get this. What?
Local leagues, your local, your provincial, your national leagues govern what we do. So please take that up with Rugby Canada. And please
Oh, they don't return our culture. I mean, yeah, you know.
take it up with the government. I know you love the government, so please go behind here.
I don't think you watch our videos, and with all due respect. But are you, you seem like a decent chap. It looks like you played rugby yourself, sir. Are you okay with this? I mean, with the exception of equestrian and auto racing, sports has always been separated by the sexes. Why an exemption for this?
We are following our guidelines that are set down our governing body.
What about biology?
What about morally? When do our morals come into it? I don't know.
Biology 101.
What I believe in, I'm here for the betterment of rugby in this community. We do
This improved.
He'd rather stand up for rugby than he would women. There's sure maybe some twisted fantasy inside of his head that he likes to be a part of this. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Having a man play and injure a woman.
They will not. Nobody's going to be put in any danger or anywhere. So
But that's not true. In the game against the Stony Creek Camels, 3 women were injured.
I'm not going to comment on that because
But you just said nobody's going to get hurt.
Get your facts straight before we start this discussion. I'm going to ask you nice and politely, please
Well, he knows, wouldn't he say that that wasn't the case? Like he's part of the association, but no, deflect. I'm gonna make you look bad because you're making me feel uncomfortable because I'm allowing something that shouldn't happen. Whether he likes it or not, I don't know.
You're right.
Can you tell me why is there a man playing with females when World Rugby?
At this stage, we can't do anything about it, right? Like it's nothing we can do about it. So we're just gonna let it go and play the game.
It's going against the Federation's policies, so.
We can't do anything about that, right? Like we're just a rugby club and we're here to play rugby, and if that's what's gonna happen, then it happens.
So is the safety and fairness, like that goes out the window for just.
Not necessarily to us, but we try and keep our players as safe as we can, and that's all we can do, right? So.
Well, he's not keeping them as safe as he can because he has the right to say these are ladies and they don't want to play against a man because, quite frankly, they can be hurt or doesn't really take the route of trying to look like a woman. So is well, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought there. Bye.
Is a man's feelings more important than basically the fairness and safety of women?
That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's nothing we can do about it. We have to wait for Rugby Canada to make a decision, and that's the only thing we can do. We literally cannot do anything about it.
So even if women say.
So it's Rugby Canada. If they got told by the authorities they could allow it, it could happen. I'm doing a video, bud. Yeah, he's in his room, maybe.
Going along with it, or if they don't agree with it?
We have been, and things haven't been done, but we're still working towards that, right? There's nothing much we can do as a rugby club. It needs to be Canada as a whole, right?
Niagara defaulted a game against Fergus, so there's clearly something you can do. You can send a message in the name of the safety for your female athletes, but you won't do so. Why?
Well, we're scared, right? You see all the police here.
Did you hear that? He's scared. Scared to give his opinion. Scared to give his thoughts. Why is that? Because he'll be punished because there's no police over there. Like, hey, don't do that. Okay, I gotta go.